Hey guys, it's Miss Regacious coming with you for math. So welcome all my mathematicians joining me today. We're going to be learning about expanded form to standard form. So I'm going to write down expanded form. I'm going to use the number 356, and then standard form. All right. So if you ever need to pause this video and re-listen to something or slow it down and get it all written down, feel free to pause and come back, all right? So my expanded form, I want to take 356 to expanded form. You've been learning how to do this all week. So what you're going to do, start your parentheses. 3 is my number, times what place value is it in? Ones, tens, hundreds. So 3 times 100 plus parentheses 5 times, and it's in the 1/10s place, plus 6 is my number, times, and it's in the ones place, so times 1. So there's your expanded form, right? So you want to take this expanded form and I want to put it back into standard form, okay? So I know you already know it's 356, okay? But we're going to pretend like we don't know that, and we're going to write it here. How do we get it, okay? So 3 is telling me it's going to be my number I'm going to be using. So I know I'm using a 3, but I don't know where I'm using the 3. This tells us right here it's going in the 100 spot. Okay, so I know 3 in the 100 spot. We're going to start it at the beginning with 3. 5, I know is my next number I'm working with, and it's in the 10 spot because this tells me it's in the tens. So I know the tens comes right after the hundreds, so it's going to go right here. And 6 is going to be my next number. It's in the 1 spot. So I'm going to write 6 here. So 356 is your standard form. How you normally write a number, standard form is just a fancy way of saying that. So we're going to go and look at a few problems here. I'm going to continue using my blue marker. I know there's color going on here, but I do, before I start anything with place value, numbers or problems, is I draw out my chart. I know not everybody puts the comma here, but it just helps Miss Regacious keep all my numbers in order. Okay, so I have my ones, tens, hundreds, comma, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s place, okay? So if you need to take a moment to draw that or get out your folder that has this written for you, go ahead and do that right now. So once again, this first number is telling me where or what number I'm using. This number tells me where it goes in my number sequence, okay? So 3 is my number, but I can't just write it anywhere here. Let's figure it out. It's in the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. So I know that's gonna be my highest number, and it's gonna be a 3, okay? Now I have an 8. An 8 is telling me it's in the 10,000 spot. 10,000 spot, okay? If you're not sure, you can do the whole trick of ones, tens, 100,000s, 10,000s. That's where it ends. So I know that that number, looking at here, 10,000s, is going to go right next to my 100,000s. And so I'm going to put an 8. Now I have 1 times 1,000, okay? So I know, looking here, my thousands is next to my 10,000s. So my number is 1 right there, because that's what that told me. 2 times 10. 2 times 10, okay. So in my number, my place value chart, I just went from thousands. My next number should be hundreds, but this is telling me to go straight to the tens. Now you can't leave it blank, and you can't skip over it, because then you'll have a whole different number and it won't make sense. So what you do when they don't have a part of it that says like hundreds, for instance, in this problem, you're going to automatically assume it is a 0, okay? So 0 is going in my 100 spot. 2 is going to be going in my 10 spot. So I know my 10 spot is right next to my 100 spot that I just wrote down. And last but not least, 7 times 1. The 7 is going in the 1 spot, and that's going to be my final number. So let's look at our next example, okay? I have 9 times 100,000. So I know this is going to go at the beginning. It's the biggest number, and it's going to be a 9. 2 times 10,000. I know that is coming next. They are not tricking me. There's a 2, okay? 7 times 1,000. That is what comes next on my place value chart. So I'm going to enter that 7. And this reminds me to put a comma, okay? 4 times 100. That does come next, so no tricks there. 5 times 10. 10 is in the tens place coming next in line, so that is going to be 5. And 1 times 1, which means 1 place, and 1 is going in it. So this is my final number, okay? Last one. I have 2 times 100,000, so it's still sticking with the pattern of using 100,000 for my beginning number. So I'm going to write 2 plus 7 times 10,000. 10,000 comes next. I'm going to write my 7 plus 4 times 1,000. Thousands does come next, so 4, and then it reminds me to put my comma. 1 times 100. Is there a 100 spot next? Yes. 1 will go there. Now I have 3 times 1. Uh-oh, they skipped tens. So I'm going to assume it's a 0. 3 times 1 is going to be 3 to give me my final number. So I've gone from expanded form to standard form. Okay, and then you can always go back from standard to expanded, but once you come out of one way or the other, you don't really need to go back and forth. So remember, expanded means it's all expanded out. Expanded, like if you take a piece of gum and you expand it, you pull it apart, that's what expanded form means. And then it comes back to standard form, which means the standard that you start with, and we always start with writing our numbers this way normally in life. So that's all I have for you today, mathematicians. I'll see you next Friday for our video, and I hope this helped you. Remember, you can rewind it, you can replay it, pause it, stop it, whatever you need to do to go back and get this written down and understood before small groups. Have a good rest of your day.